Hi, and welcome to the channel. My name is Mia, and this message started at the wee hours of this morning. I woke up at about 4 a.m. and my alarm is not set for 4 a.m., but I was woken up from a dream. And I wasn't sure how the dream, I didn't, at first remembrance of the dream, I didn't realize the level of messaging from the dream. This morning, I went for a walk, which is very rare because usually my logistics of the morning don't include free time for me. Um, and as a single mom, other single moms, I'm sure, can relate when you have school age children or even children younger that you have to take to daycare, such and such. But last night, um, I like to have that quiet time to be my prayer time with God. And I had prayed and asked God to reveal some things to me and to show me truly what the blockages were. And so, as God always does, God delivered a message to me in my dream and in my waking life this morning. And so I came to share that with you. And so the title of this message is Your Vessel is Broken. Now, the dream was I was in a very large warehouse, very Costco-esque, okay? But this was like Costco on roids. First of all, Costco is already big, okay? Imagine 2 to 3 Costco's together, right? And recently, I have been wanting to change my eating lifestyle because health is a whole nother topic that we can get on later. But the realization that I need to make some changes is very much prevalent in my life right now. And so in the dream, I was in one of those cold cases, like when you shop the perimeter of the grocery store, it's where the milk is and the eggs and the cheese and all that. And so I had already had 2 large bulk items, right? But I didn't have a cart because I was like, I'm only going in here for 1 or 2 things. I don't need a cart. And so as I got the third thing out of the case, now the significance of this is I was getting cheese. Okay. I like cheese. I like cheese. I don't need to eat as much cheese, but I like cheese. And they were the Costco size packs. And so the first one I saw was cheddar cheese. And so I was like, okay, I think it was like maybe $6.99 or something around there for a very large pack of cheese, sliced cheese. But what I really wanted was Gouda. Okay. So I was like, okay, I'll take this because it's, a decent price, but I really want Gouda. And then all of a sudden, the Gouda appeared. It was already there, but I just wasn't seeing it significant. And the Gouda was cheaper than the cheddar. So the Gouda was like $3.49 or something, like for the same size pack, something that I really, truly already wanted. It was going to cost me less. Okay. So I was like, bet I'm about to get this Gouda. I took the Gouda out the case, God's blessing, right? But I didn't have a card. Okay. So I said, okay, I now have 3 things. These are too heavy for me to carry. And so I was like, okay, I can leave these other 2 bigger things here. And when you walk around a store, sometimes people just leave their carts wherever and I can find a cart. I don't have to go all the way to the front because it was a very long way to the front. I don't have to retrace my steps. I don't have to go back. Okay. So follow with me. So I'm walking around the store and immediately in the aisle, there's a cart, abandoned cart. And so I walk up to the cart. I'm like, okay, cool. But as I got closer to the cart, I realized the cart was broken. Right. So I'm like, okay, can't use that cart. I keep walking, trying to find a cart. I see another cart. I'm like, oh, this one is broken too. The little metal part. And then it was actually, sometimes they'll show you that the cart is broken because they'll wrap something around it. I'm on a mission to find a cart to hold my items, to hold my blessings. I'm still walking around. Finally, there's this really big cart. It's orange. I don't know the significance of that yet. It's orange and it's big and it works, but it has like little trash. People leave their trash in it. As soon as I'm on a mad dash to get this cart, this couple comes, takes the trash out the cart and snatches it up and goes on their merry way. And I'm like, bruh, I need a cart. Like, I don't want to walk all the way to the front of this warehouse. That is far. That is far. Okay. Um, and so I ended up going to kind of like the back section of the warehouse. And in the back section of the warehouse, you know how they have the carts. Sometimes places put the carts together, rope them off to block a certain area of a location of the store, right? If there's like shipments that have come in and they just want to block it off, they'll use the carts to do that. This was this situation, and it was a whole bunch of carts. And I, in a desperate, right? I was in a very desperate state. I started to unravel the ropes holding these carts together. So I was trying any means necessary to get a cart, to get a vessel to hold my blessings. All of a sudden, a woman is there also, and she pulls, it gets loose enough to where she can pull out a cart, but it's not a cart that belongs at this store. Then she pulls out, and then there's a dirty stroller, right? So I'm like, first of all, that cart belongs to Trader Joe's. Now, I don't know if it's because I was in Trader Joe's yesterday and it was just making an appearance. I don't know. But it told me it didn't belong there. It didn't match any of the other carts. It didn't match the scene. It didn't match. It wasn't supposed to be there. The second thing she pulls out was a stroller. And in desperation, she and I were like, well, can we use this? Because we both needed the same type of thing, right? But at the very moment where I was contemplating using this stroller, an alarm set off in the warehouse. And apparently, whatever these carts were securing, it was not a game, because it started ringing, and I had on a very bright, it was either red or orange. I don't know what orange is, hoodie. And so I was like, yo, I gotta go. So I turned around and I started to walk the opposite way. And all of these workers from this store started to come, right? Representing, okay. And they started to, I mean, it was a mad dash. They were coming from all over this warehouse. And I was like, yo, I'm not about to get, y'all not about to get, I'm just trying to get a car. And so I was trying to camouflage, but then I was trying to hurry up, make a mad dash. At this point, I knew I wasn't getting no good or anything else. And I was so fearful that I woke up. Right. And so the prayer had been to show me what the blockages are, to show me what am I not seeing? What am I not seeing that is stifling me in these areas of my life, very, very specific areas of my life. And so as I sat with the dream, woke up, prayed about the dream, exercised this morning, I realized that dream was showing me that there's something foundational that is broken. There is something that was not of my own doing in infant stage or in the womb or bloodline specific that has been hindering me. The significance of every vessel, every ability to hold the blessings that God is giving me, right? Gouda was $3 for I don't know how many slices. That's a blessing, right? I couldn't hold it with the other blessings at the same time. I didn't have a cart. I'm not about to walk around this warehouse with all, I'm talking about like big, Costco size boxes. And so I didn't have something that could hold the blessings. Well, the cart represented me. It represented my soul. It represented my body. We're soul, spirit, and body. And so it represented the inability for me to even house and hold and provide space for the blessings that I keep praying for, that I keep asking for. And why is it? The stroller that was shown in the dream was dirty. It was old. Um, which I was not born into the most lavish lifestyle or situation. And what I gathered is that something was said, something was done, idol worship, something that was out of my control. And in my prayers to reveal what it is so that I know that I can pray against it, I believe it was revealed to me in that dream. And so you know, the vision, also the purpose of what I'm supposed to do also became clear to me this morning in such a way where I just had a breakdown outside and was just crying outside. If somebody would have walked by me, they would have been like, "Are you okay?" And it's funny because there's a church on the corner, and I had just broke down in front of the church. Because that level of revelation is rare, right? How many people do we know that have never been able to stand in God-given purpose? How many people do we know that no matter what they do, no matter what they say, no matter how much they fast, no yokes are broken off of them? And so I understood the blessing, but I also understood the responsibility. And this is not necessarily a teaching, this is more of a sharing. I was shown two verses specifically from a book that was recommended by Tiffany Montgomery. The book is very powerful. It took me a while to actually take heed, to actually want to read the book, because I was like, I don't want to read this. Very happy that I did. The timing of it is nothing but God. The first verse is Psalms 11:3, and it speaks about foundation, right? And so when I looked it up in my own Bible, I had already wrote notes about it. Psalm 11:3 again speaks of foundation, and it says, when the foundations are being destroyed, what can the righteous do? I don't care how much you fast. I don't care how much you pray. I don't care what kind of tongues you speak in. I don't care how much you journaling. If your foundation is a wrap, if your family has done something to you before even your birth, right? Myself being a mother, other single mothers, other mothers, you know what happened in the womb. You know what happened to you when your child was in the womb. You know what was spoken over your child when your child was in the womb, right? All these things matter. And we don't take enough consideration. We don't look at them enough. We don't pay attention to that enough. I remember I was told that my grandmother on her deathbed spoke life over me, because of the situation that I was being born into. But she asked my great grandmother on the other side of the family, please take care of this baby, because if she is just given a chance, she will do great things. If she is just given a chance, right? So we have to, and sometimes I understand they don't have the reference to be able to ask what was happening when I was in the womb, what was happening when I was an infant. That stroller told me for myself, something happened when I was very, very little, if not before, by generations of the past, right? So we have to look at our foundations as single mothers. I'm talking to single mothers right now, okay? Because there are many things that we have to break. There are many yokes we have to break, okay? And so with that, the verse that I was brought to is Psalms 109, yeah? And I'm not going to read the whole thing, but it says, my God, whom I praise, do not remain silent. For people who are wicked and deceitful have opened their mouths against me. They have spoken against me with lying tongues. With words of hatred, they surround me. They attack me without cause. That's as far as I'm going to go. You can read the whole thing in Psalms 109. That pretty much, and it goes on to say one particular line where it's David is asking God to deliver. Please deliver me. Please deliver me from these words, these word curses. Please deliver me from this bondage. Please deliver me from these yokes. Please break these yokes off of my life. I don't know why I cannot go further than where I am. I don't know why I don't care how much I'm praying for a godly marriage. It's just every time I meet somebody, it doesn't go. I was also revealed to me that somebody I used to deal with sexually, I needed to specifically pray for all those yokes to be broken. I needed to specifically pray for all those yokes to be broken. I highly suggest, as a single mother, that you pray for revelation of who you need to pray against. Because you have no idea what they have done after the fact to affect your life, to keep you stuck on them, to keep you from moving forward, to keep you in a state of waiting, to keep you attached. You have no idea, right? And so I said, the vessel is broken. The vessel is broken. The vessel is broken. It's not necessarily your physical body, it could be your spirit. Your soul is broken. What word curses, what has been done over your life that you just certain things just baffle us. And no matter what we do in the physical realm, I don't care how many degrees you got, you are not fulfilled and you are not walking in purpose. Why? This was a major revelation for me this morning. Major revelation for me this morning. And I wanted to share. So again, the verses are Psalm 11:3 speaks about the foundation, and Psalm 109. Repeat Psalms 109, I would say on a nightly basis, a daily basis, a morning basis, whenever you have your time with God. That should also be daily. And I just want to point this out. I know this video is getting a little long, but I want to point this out because recently I was having a conversation with someone about prayer. Yeah. And they shared with me that they don't pray out loud. And for a long time, I didn't either. I was like, okay, I pray. Like, it's quiet. I pray in my head, you know. And I noticed changes in answers to my prayers when they became verbal. So my suggestion to this person was try praying out loud. And honestly, there is truly no specific way to pray. That's another thing that I had to undo in my mind. Don't compare yourself in prayers. Like this is not prayer wars. Whatever is on your heart, you speak to God. I have been so mad. I have been so sad. I have been crying, frustrated, yelling, hitting the bed. I mean, all of it I've done in prayer. Because I needed to release to God. I needed to be honest with God. Cultivate a very intimate space with God. Right? There's nothing that you can do or act out against God where God is like, God already knows what the deal is with you. Like what? But do not hold yourself back because you don't think your prayers are powerful enough. Do not hold yourself back because you think your prayers have no weight, because you are not trained in praying, because you have not taken the prayer lesson class. That's not how this works. That is not how this works. If you need a break, God, I need a break. Please give me a break. Amen. It doesn't have to be a very drawn out dissertation type thing all the time. But I wanted to come on here and give this message to single mothers. I'm very clear of the task ahead of me, the assignment ahead of me. And so this is in obedience to that. If there is anything specific that you would like me to take to prayer to see if God wants me to talk about it too, you can leave that in the comments. I really hope that this helps someone, because we experience all of our things in order to help another person, to encourage another person. And I am here as a single mom for other single moms. So again, I hope this blessed someone, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.